Oh, hello, hello. I think we've got a microphone working. There we go. We've got some audio. We got some video. We got some tunes playing. It's Monday. We are rocking the Star Realms shirt. Just a random shirt I found online one time. And I bought it. It's actually like a good quality. It's like a heavyweight shirt. And it fits my fat body. So we're good. It's got the good screen printing on it. Did that just seriously black me out? Yeah, it did. Look at that. The hat. The hat hides me. That's hilarious. Love that automatic green screen. It's Monday. We're rocking. We're going to get some Star Realms up in here. Not a lot of Realms news except for... Just pulling it up here. They did announce there's going to be a Legends event at Gen Con. So that's exciting, considering they were basically, unfortunately, a no-show for Origins, which is really unfortunate because it sounds like from the community, Origins is like home base for like the community to converge for Star Realms. So that was unfortunate to hear, but we had... from what I see, a lot of community members made it out there. I did not make it out there myself this year. Neither did Matt the Cutter. But there was quite a few community members that did make it out there. There was an on-site... Actually, it was a digital tournament hosted by XP Network. They gave out some prizes for it, which was nice. I believe Star Realms also gave a prize, but XP Network actually gave it like an Amazon gift card or something. So that's pretty cool. And then there was a live dodgeball event. So super jelly. And I definitely would have liked to have been there for that. It just wasn't in the cards this year so that's okay. Maybe next year. And but yeah, so I was super stoked to see that they officially announced Legend Series at Gen Con. So I don't know if that means that Wise Wizard Games is going to be there on site, or if they're going to maybe just send one or two people, or just, split a booth again. I know they've done that before. So whatever the case may be, I hope it works out. Obviously wish them well. They're very, very public about, some of the financial struggles that company's going through, trying to fulfill some of these back orders and whatnot. So they're working through, they're doing their thing. Hold faith. All will be good in the end. That's what I always say. But no, so yeah, top 8 prizes, including playmats for the top 8. And then, first place is become a legend. You get a card in your likeness made in a future set. It's pretty cool. It's a good time. So that's kind of exciting. And I think that's coming up August 1st. So that is like just a couple weeks away. Gen Con's already here. Almost here, I should say. I don't know why. I've been to Gen Con multiple times when it was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's how long ago it was. So it's been quite a while. I have not been to Indianapolis Gen Con. I don't know why. I just, for some reason, have not. I think kind of the size of it kind of turned me off a little bit too. There's a long time I wasn't going to conventions either. I was too busy doing other things, being too cool. But I probably should make a trip out there sometime. Check it out. Maybe take the kiddo with. We'll see. So, kind of like the idea of just going to Origins, though. It's a little bit smaller. Everything's kind of like a little bit closer together. I enjoy the Columbus area. Not saying I wouldn't enjoy the Indianapolis area. But I do really enjoy the Columbus area. Lots of great food and entertainment, arcades, lots of fun stuff just like right around that area. So it's a good time, and lots of good people. Obviously, we've got a lot of people from the Star Realms fan page community that are in that Columbus area. Tonight we are rocking Mountain Dew. This going to show up on there? I don't know, maybe not. There it is. Mountain Dew Dragon Fruit. Dragon fruit naturally and artificially flavored. It's okay. It's not bad. Unfortunately, they don't have at least they didn't there have a zero non-sugar version. I almost always will try to get that, but I did want to try this. Um, it's not bad. It's probably not something I would get again. I wouldn't say it's flat, but it's not as crisp as would say like a regular like Diet Dew. To me is very crisp and it's very sharp. I enjoy that from the beverage. This one's a little, again, not flat, but it's a little tamer, and the flavor it's just okay. It's all right. Like I said, I'm not upset with the purchase, but it's probably not something I'm gonna go back on. It is leaps and bounds better than gingerbread and fruitcake flavors I've tried. I'll say that. It's probably not as good as the Thunder Crush or whatever that was. Purple Thunder. I think it's Purple Thunder. That stuff was really good. So they come out with some good ones once in a while, and then some you're like, so. But as a man of science and a servant to the people, I do take it upon myself to try these new flavors when they do come out. Give it a shot. See what's all going on. So, also in additional news, this coming Saturday, Darwin will be off the stream. He'll be celebrating the birth of himself over the weekend. Making another revolution around the sun. So Dusto, will be filling in for him this Saturday. We'll shoot for my regular stream time on Saturdays, which is an hour later than his. So he already announced it on his stream. I'll be posting up a reminder probably Friday evening-ish. So it'll be 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That's 9 a.m. Mountain. That's 8 a.m. Pacific. If you're not one of those 4 time zones, I got nothing for you. I cannot help you. That's the extent of my time zone knowledge. And Phoenix, Arizona, with your little non-time changing butt, don't even get me started. I don't even know what time zone you're in right now. So, all right, let's go ahead and hop in here. Let's get some of these turns out of the way. We're going to get some of our turns in here, and then if anyone would like, obviously, certainly feel free to send me a challenge. Send a challenge to Dusto. You can send in any format you'd like. You get absolutely nothing for beating me except for bragging rights. And you beat up the kid that came off the short bus. So, you know, not too much to brag about, just saying. Yeah. But yeah, happy to play. And also, if you would like to play with the beta stuff, if you would like to play with any of these cards, Command Decks 2, and any of the Conquest cards, or Rise of Empire, any of these, and you do not have a Legend tier account, so you do not have access to that beta, let me know. I'll send you a challenge with that if you would like. That's the cool thing. As long as the sender has the goods for the stuff that's in beta, the receiver can play it. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way for the regular expansions. Those, like the retail ones, if it's in retail right now, both of you have to own it to play it. So, all right, let's go ahead and get this in here. Markbot, I don't know what's going on there. I'm waiting for him to do some action. That's our Board Game Geek League round. I should actually check to see if a new round posted today. We'll do that after we get a few. Hang on, I apologize. Nope. That's not the important message I'm looking for at the moment. Okay. So we've got some action here. We've got game with AC Ford. We've got some bases, some technology. Yeah, I think this is a game that's going pretty heavy base build. Fire Moon looking pretty tasty. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to top it and draw, I believe. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do that. That's okay. Let's solar skiff anyways. Oh, no, yeah, because I needed this to ally, and then, yes, I won't get... That's okay. It is what it is. If I do kill this, that'll make bases cost one less. Do I want to do that? Do I want to make that happen? Let's make that happen. I'm not going to be able to get all this. Let's kill that. Let's make the bases one cheaper. Let's go ahead and take this base and then put it on top. And now I'll be able to draw with my industrial upgrade. So let's go ahead and make that happen. All right, so that guy's going to go out there, give us some damage and the other abilities we're not using at the moment. Star Hunter, so I've got my, I believe, Trade Fed. No, Star Empire bases and ships are one cheaper. I guess this guy was out there too, so this is something to keep an eye on. This is a Rise of Empire card. Rise of Empire cards have abilities when you purchase them. Some of them do. And this is one where if you buy it, when you buy it, you may draw a card and discard a card. So this is a way to do something like that too. If you're to top deck, you need a way to draw that after top deck. This will help you out there. I don't think we're going to take advantage of that at this time. I don't know. Maybe. Might. But I don't have much else going on. I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt to do that. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to draw discard. Oh, that figures. We've got a glorious, tasty looking base that we would really like to have. Well, let's see. We are going to get a draw off the ally from my bot. I don't think we're getting that much more trade out of it, though. We are getting a... Well, that's not bad. We can put that Star Hunter on top. So we like that. So let's buy that for 3. It gives us 4. But we don't have a way to draw it right now. That's okay. I think we're still looking pretty good. Opponents at 24. They're going to be at 16. Debating if we pop this. Do we need that anymore? It's an ally draw, which isn't bad. But honestly, I don't think we need the... I don't think we need that either. What's the opponent got going on here? Well, I got another hand and a half to get through here. Opponent's only got 2 bases. They got a Obliterator. That's not good. We were not happy about seeing that. We've got 2 bases that we actually do have the ability to sacrifice with 3 bases. I do have the ability to sack 2 of them. But I don't think I want to. I mean, this guy, for example, is 7 bucks. So even with that extra damage, if they want to put it all into there, let them. And if they don't, I'm going to punish them for it. So I think we will scrap this for the 2. I think we'll keep everything else as is and then pass turn. That's a good looking hand. That's a saucy hand. We like that. All right, Full Metal Alchemist here. I wonder if it's Flame Alchemist. I can't remember. I thought I asked her if it's Full Metal Alchemist. But now that I look at it, maybe it's Flame Alchemist. I don't know. All right, what do we got going on here? All right, so this is Trinity. She's got Security Craft. We know she's got 4, makes stuff cheaper. We've got a double Frontier Hawk, but we got nothing else going on. Okay, so that's important to know. Well, part of me just says grab the command center and let it rip. I think we will just do that. So we want the command center anyways. But if I happen to get some Frontier Hawks to trigger off that bad boy, yeah, we're in business. So I'm at least getting 1 right here. That's good. That's good. All right, Super Grandma. Super Grandma is laying the smackdown on me this turn, it looks like. Holy smokes. What's she got coming up? She does not have the win in hand. So that's a bonus. We got a pretty good deck here, though, but, yeah, she's got some sauce here. She's got some sauce going on. We'll grab that mech cruiser. Get a little bit of damage in there. Hopefully get a good draw. That is a complete garbage draw. That is so bad. That's a terrible draw. That's unfortunate. Sometimes the game is like that. I feel sometimes it's more often than not, but, you know, it might be a little confirmation bias. All right, we got a game here with Kim. First turn, we like the idea of getting some trade. I'm not the biggest on Finder, but I'll take it. I mean, it doesn't hurt to draw and discard. Because right now, let's say the worst that would happen, I get a Viper, I just pitch it anyways. I think I'm going to grab that Naval Skiff. That Naval Skiff could do some work for me, getting 3 damage, 3 authority each turn. Plus something like the Assault Wing, so we want to get these cards early, and then hopefully we can get to that. I bet you my opponent might even just end up taking that before I get a chance. So, we're all set there. We're good to go. If anyone else, like I said, wants to send over a challenge, feel free to do so. Otherwise, we will go ahead and maybe we'll check out that arena. Check out the jumpstart, see what's going on there. Each player starts with, oh Jesus, it's one of these. You start with 2 Vipers and 4 Scouts. And then in place of your other 4 Scouts, you get a Solar Skiff, a Battle Bot, a Star Barge, and a Swarmer. So you get one cost card of each of the 4 main factions. And it looks like we got some Colony Wars, some Frontier, some Heroes, some Tech. I'm in. Let's do it. New game. Fire it up. Let's see what happens here. All right. We've got not the worst hand starting out. This is such a weird... Just knowing your opponent has a 2, though. Like, they're already set up. They're ready to go. All right, they're taking off that, huh? All right. We will take a central station, get the economy going. I'm assuming opponent's grabbing a gunship. They sure do. I know I would. Opponent's going now. We can't get the Peacekeeper, so I'm thinking neither can my opponent. We will take the Hatchling, though. We're just automatically going in, playing 4 color. That's funny. That's a hilarious hand. It is 8 trade, though. So if we get something saucy out there. So my opponent going to buy that Iron Station. No, they're not. They're my Trade Hauler. And the Platform Shoes. Interesting. I think I'm eyeing up Iron Station. We're going to smoke that gate chip, I'll tell you that. Oh, then we get a Mighty Mech show up. Never mind. Switching gears. So we're going to have 4. I am tempted. Well, I need bases to get this thing going. But I also don't want to give my opponent 2 orbital platforms. But I'm tempted just to take the stealth off the board. So I have control of that. Hey, Tatiana, thanks for stopping in. Good seeing you. We are currently checking out this week's arena. Yeah, I think I'm going to take that orbital platform. I don't want my opponent to get 2 of those right away. Because we got built-in scrap in the deck already, we will grab that Frontier Runner. This week's arena is pretty wacky. You're both starting out with some preloaded decks. Getting things going. Tatiana sending over the challenge. I appreciate that. We will get that game going right after this. So now we are going to discard the Scout. We're going to scrap the other Viper. And now we are going to get that stealth off the board before my opponent can get it. What's up, Dion? Good seeing you, sir. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you hanging out this fine Monday evening. We are checking out the arena. As I was mentioning before, make sure you oh my goodness, my opponent got to the 8. And did they took... Why am I not seeing it? Imperial Flagship. Imperial Flagship over Leviathan. I'm not saying that's a wrong thing at all. I think it's just interesting. That is an interesting choice. Am I going to get hosed out of getting enough trade? No, I've got enough. Okay, so I'm obviously taking Leviathan. And, oh, I'm not going to be able to get both scraps in. Well, I take that back. I could pass on Leviathan, and I could take Alpha Max, and that allows me to get both of my scraps in. But I really got to scrap this Lancer. That's actually... I either have to scrap it or buy it. And my opponent will have enough trade to buy whatever I leave. They'll have to give up the gunship for it, though. So I can't stop everything. I can't leave the Lancer and give my opponent all this discard. Yeah, that's... I should scrap the Lancer first. I mean, like, what? We just flipped the other Lancer. Okay, that's cool. Oh my god! And I gotta do something. I cannot leave Leviathan out there. I just can't do it. I mean, come on now. Buy your Lancer? Yeah. I mean, we're gonna get discarded out this game. We'll see. I mean, we're both pretty low already. Did my opponent notch out the gunship? They did not. Okay, so that's good. We know they got gunship now. What do we got? Scout. We're just swapping out Scout. All right, we can work with that. Yeah, it's just, you can't leave the Levi out there. I understand. I got it. Plus, also, we're going to, I guess, take the Alpha Max now anyways. So that's a bonus. We've got 3 trade. You know, Convoy Bite's out there, but I don't think this game's going to go long enough for that to even matter. So we're going to ally green. Get that damage. Try to pound them up before they get us. We know they got gunship coming down right now. As I mentioned also earlier in the stream, hope you guys saw the announcement. Wise Wizard Games Gen Con Legends event. They will be having a Legends event at Gen Con in 2 weeks. I don't know if this means that they'll actually be there. But it did say playmats for the top 8. Legend card for first place. Like all the regular goods. So good stuff. Good stuff all around. Discard 2 hurts. Matt the Cutter in the house. Good seeing you, sir. Discard 2 is not a thing I'm happy with. I'm debating if I want to keep the Mighty Mac for the scrap and also the extra trade, which I can just turn into, at worst, Stealth Needle. I think that's what we're going to end up doing. We're getting rid of that Frontier Runner. Maybe keep the Front Rider because it's going to do exactly what I want anyways. And give me the Authority. Let's go ahead and get rid of that Cargo Raptor. Get that out of here. Can we put our opponent away now? Maybe. Oh, okay. Never mind. We'll just stumble into the win here, I guess. We'll just trip our way into the end zone. We scored the touchdown. Sometimes those games are like that. Hey, look at that. We're going to get some credits. Sweet. Just what I needed. Beautiful. All right. We're going to jump out of there because we know we got a challenge sent over from Tatiana. Bringing it over. The Ukrainian killer in the house. Sending over non-beta stuff. Again, just a reminder, if you don't have Legend account or Conquest backed, let me know if you would like to play those cards. I can send you a challenge. But we do have Colony Wars, Year 2 promos. There's no events here, so I'm a little surprised. We got some Gambits. Oh, we have heroes. Oh, we just have 2 of the heroes, so we don't have all the heroes. This is an interesting format. I'm sure this probably spells something that I'm missing. But let's rock it. Let's do it. Probably spells Dusto the Turd Ball or something. All right, let's rock. Tatiana's going first. She's bringing the heat. Probot. I love this card. So, I mean, gives you trade. It scraps from hand or discard. Like, anytime you get hand or discard, automatically goes right up the ranking. Ally draws, scraps itself for 3 damage. I love that card. That's one of my favorite turn 1 purchases. I'm torn here. Because turn 1 is where I like to get a little economy. Hopefully maybe snip out some scrap here, like buy the Fed Transport, flip a scrapper, buy the scrapper. I got a bounty hunter here, which as far as I know, might not ever see the light of day as far as like getting its ally ability to fire off. Opponents are going to be scrapping too. I also don't want to leave the bounty hunter because my opponents got hit in base. I can't get Fed Transport. I mean, I technically maybe could get Fed Transport in that. I still almost just want to grab Fed Transport. See what flips. I'll have 3 trade plus my Gambit. I've got a guaranteed 4 left over. My opponent most likely doesn't have 5 trade. So I got to keep that in mind. That's actually something I do got to keep in mind. I've got veteran pilots as well. So it does lean me maybe want to just go a little just straight aggro. But also I don't want to fall behind, have my opponent scrap out, and then all of a sudden base up on me or authority again. I'm grabbing the Fed Transport. I certainly don't want my opponent to have that. Gunship shows up. I'm A-okay doing that. Popping the Gambit, grabbing the Gunship. Unfortunately, I left Aggro Central on the board for my opponent to do it wherever they want. That's what happens sometimes, and you just got to roll with it. So opponent does grab that Swarmer. Convoy Bot flips. Holy smokes. We got some choices here now. We've got a hero. We've got Predator. We got Convoy Bot. I was just trying to talk some shit. There's no choice there. You're grabbing that Convoy Bot all day. Now, I got some choices to make here. Am I going to go like 13 color here, I guess? I can't necessarily leave these greens on the board. I can't get them both, but I do think we will grab the Ravager. Ravager is a beast. 6 damage, scraps 2. Do I flip the deck here now? No, we don't. We want the Vipers to keep hitting. We got vet pilots. We want the Vipers to keep pounding. We want them to do the thing. Oh, opponent's popping the base. They want to draw. They're going to go for the... Oh, they got the Convoy Bot as well. Opponent is grabbing Predator. I was like, maybe they should have, possibly gone for the... Okay. So now we've got Peacekeeper on the board, but the opponent is rocking Swarmer. I mean, I could draw. I've got a 1 out of 8 shot to get Gunship. That's... I guess I technically... Ravager as well would be awesome. Either one. But honestly, also, too, if I just get the Viper, that'd be okay, because then I can bust through that. Or I could just buy Bio Captain, smoke the Peacekeeper. No, I don't want to smoke the Peacekeeper. I'm drawing. Whatever, I'm drawing. I'm drawing my card. I drew, one of the 5 scouts. The odds were with that. I can get the Bounty Hunter here, so nothing to be upset about. We're good to go there. I'm not going to get through my opponent's ginormous base wall there. But that's okay. Compton P in the house. Thanks for stopping in, Mr. Patrick. Thank you for the subola. Or not sub, the follow. Appreciate that. Pat is back in the Star Realms community once again. Hanging on a Monday evening. I appreciate that. What is my opponent doing here? Oh, the Ravager flipped. I wasn't even paying attention while that was all going on. Okay. Let's think this through. Think this through here. I think we're going to grab the Scrap hero. Keep that away from my opponent. We're probably literally just going to pop this for a Scrap right away. Actually, do I even want to do that? I'm scrapping nothing. Let's kill these guys. Ugh. I don't really want my opponent to have any of that, but Parasite is really bad for my opponent to have. So actually, we're going to do that. Thanks for stopping in, Pat. Pat is back now, as I mentioned, hanging out in the Star Realms universe. Make sure you guys send him a challenge. Compton P in the game. Old school community member. I believe he was one of Matt's original admins as well. So glad to have him back on board. He's in Vegas hanging out with your boy Matt. And glad to have him back around. All right. Colony Siege Ship here. Opponent cannot do anything to get it this turn. So we have a chance. So we'll hold off on it. We're going to grab your boy there, the Smuggler. The Bioform Freeman. There we go. Pass that up and do some damage and pass turn. Matt and Pat, thank you for stopping in, both of you guys. If you missed it earlier in the stream, I did mention a couple announcements. Wise Wizard Games did put out an announcement. They are doing a Legends event. Oh, this did not turn out well. I did not get the transport to meet up with the bounty hunter. Anyways, they're doing a Legends event at Gen Con. Again, whether that means that they'll be there or not, I don't know. But it did say, you know, top 8 playmats, first place Legend, all the good stuff. That's coming up in 2 weeks. So those people that are going to that, good luck in that event. And then also this Saturday, Mr. Darwin will be off doing some celebrating of his birthday weekend. So yours truly, Dusto, will be filling in on the Wise Wizard Saturday stream. So stop in, say hi, send me a challenge. That'll be Saturday, 10 a.m. Central, 11 Eastern, 9 Mountain, 8 Pacific. Again, if you're outside of those time zones, I got nothing for you. And once again, Phoenix, Arizona, and your stupid, we don't play by the time zone rules like everyone else does. I don't want to talk to you about it. We are getting beat down here. This is really unfortunate. This scrap versus no scrap is really showing up. Can we live through this turn? We cannot. We tried. Look at all that life gain my opponent got that turn. I'm like, I could get her this turn. No, sir. Not that way. Good game, Tatiana. Good game. We'll take the L on that one. Just a reminder on the Wise Wizard game stream, when I'm streaming on there on Saturday, if you stop in, it's on their stream. It's not on mine. And if you challenge me and beat me, it's just like you're playing Darwin. You can win 100 digital credits. If you're already someone who has unlimited credits, you can gift those credits to someone who does not have unlimited credits. So yeah, like for me, example, I go there. If I beat Darwin, my kid, guess what? He's getting 100 credits. G for Fun gets a lot of credits from people on there. So there's a lot of people on there that hang out that don't have that, and you can certainly shoot them 100 free credits if you beat the streamer, which again this Saturday will be this guy. Wow, what's going on with that? That automatic green screen is like really bugging out today. I should almost get like a regular green screen. Nope. Ain't doing that. Not happening. I appreciate that, Tatiana. Yeah, Tatiana is a Saturday regular. I try to get in there when I can, when the schedule works out. When I'm allowed to be on there at that time. If anyone else would like to send a challenge, feel free to do so. Matt, Warner, and or Pat, if you guys are around, send over a challenge. Happy to take that. Otherwise, I will certainly hop back into the arena. We'll continue the domination there. We're currently 1-0. So we're like the kings of the castle here. So we're going to handle some business. We're going in. We're currently rocking the Car Music 2026 public playlist on Spotify. Not too shabby. Why do I have a notification over here? Hang on. Gotta check out my guilds. Guild's pinging me. Nothing to do with me there. Perfect. I'm out. Just tagged because of the role I help with. All right, so we got... Oh my god, it's Monica. So Monica is also a regular on the Saturday streams. Oh, that's right. We've got the weird decks already. Okay, so here's the question. Do I get the chairman and then get the ally ready with the solar skiff? No, I don't think we're leaving the burrower there. We're not doing that. We're not that crazy. I would have drawn battle bots. I would have got a scrap. Wouldn't have been the worst thing. We're at least going to scrap out one of our vipers immediately. So she scrapped a viper. She got a turn 1 viper scrap. She got the Swarmer and Frontier. Okay, okay. See what's going on here. So we are going to get that scrap in. I think we're looking at the orbital platform. I like how that worked before. Compton P, sending over the challenge. Appreciate that, sir. We'll be there momentarily. Opponent's gonna have 6. Oh my god, they're gonna have 6? Yep. Okay, so we got to kill Supply Depot. And flip them on Maple Yard, which is arguably as good. Getting the option of getting 4 authority there. Worth retrade without having to pitch anything. It's arguably as good. All right, so we got 2. We're going to grab that Frontier Hawk. That figures. That figures. Warning Beacon. We've only got 1 left, and I'm certainly not going to scrap my burrower for that. Oh, no. Okay, so opponent's already got the Naval Yard out there. We're going to have Star Barge. I think that ally with the Swarm... Okay, that's going to be enough damage at least to get in there and handle some business right away. Opponent was debating what to swarm away. We're going to be doing the same thing. Hive Queen's on the board. Opponent's going to have up to 6 trade. I'm almost thinking we just... yeah, we got to do this first. So we're going to have 5 trade. Kind of eyeing up that orbital gun platform for myself. Up to 5. So hang on, maybe I wait. Do I grab a second battle bot? Why not? Why not? Corsair. Are we afraid of the Corsair? Corsairs? My opponent's got multiple trade fed here already. My opponent cannot get Hive Queen if I killed this turn. I'm not in a good position to buy it myself, though, necessarily. So Hive Queen, I think it's just going to go. It's just going to go. Not stoked to see another gun platform show up there, but is what it is. Sometimes you got to work with what's going on here. We did get a discard there, so that's nice. Opponent's going to scrap, so it's really going to cut down their trade options. Opponent's got 4 gun platform, I'm assuming. Or Warning Beacon and Corsair. Bada bing, bada boom, or grab the shield. Yeah, Corsair is probably... Oh, we've got a Lancer in the house. So, hear me out. I'm considering pitching the gun platform, getting my double scrap in, and just go for it. We're doing it because otherwise if I have this, I'm going to be tempted to scrap it anyways. We're doing it. We're going all out. We're acting like we got vet pilots, and we're just going pure damage, pure aggro. We'll see how this works out. Will that be a bad play? Probably. Opponent's going big. I didn't even notice my opponent got Siege Fortress. When did that happen? Are they taking the Neural Nexus? I don't think I would. I think I'd be grabbing that Lancer. Yep, grab the Lancer. Back it up, probably gun platform. Yep. And then solar. Oh, and you're going to get a cargo raptor. Oh my goodness gracious. What is going on here? So I've got a Hartman out there, but we're not doing anything with the Hartman. Certainly not going to let our opponent do anything with it either. Moonworm shows up. That's unfortunate. Mostly because I can't do anything about it. But we can, however. Falcon is not a bad card for us. We're short damage. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. I cannot kill both my opponent's bases. Oh no, that's bad. That's really bad. Fish for something that does damage? I don't know. I don't know what I'm fishing for. I will pop that for a light cruiser. I don't know what I'm fishing for. Oh my god, this is tough. So I don't kill the... Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I'm 1 damage short. This is terrible. So Siege, she's probably going to be able to ally off either one of them. Siege is just going to be lots of damage, 9 damage, versus letting my opponent just get one of these big cards, which could definitely be worse. What's my opponent got? I mean, they might have one of those big cards. I mean, it's going to cost them, though. I'm going to have to eat the damage this turn. I think one of these will just kill me as well, so I'll go with maybe, like, the known. There's the Imperial, Imperial Flagship. All right, there it is. That is what it is. This could be bad. This could not be good, is what I'm saying. All right, so we'll just take up the Swarmer, I guess, because that's what you got to do. BattleBot, select nothing. BattleBot. We're in base for 1. I don't hate that. Leave me enough to do that. All right, let's see what happens here. I don't like this. No, I don't like the discarding. This is where you get a beautiful hand like this and they just tear it apart with 1 or 2 discards of their own. Oh, never mind. I'll just die. Okay, if I'm just going to die, that's fine. My goodness, look at that gorgeous, beautiful hand. It just never got to get played, man. It just didn't get to get played. That's right. Good game, Monica. Good game. She is a tough opponent. Make sure you send her lots of challenges. Good opponent. Good game, Monica. All right, Compton P sending over the challenge. Let's see what he said. All Conquest. We got some worlds, some planets, some promos. The base set. Let's do it up. Good luck to you, sir. And we've got too many planets on the row, and we're automatically wiping the row. Just a reminder, anytime there's 3 planets on the row, it wipes the row. I'm digging the Conquest. This is going to be heavy with planets. In fact, we already saw 3 of them go away. I'm curious which ones we lost. Gas Giant, Fire World, Fortress. Pretend and lie to you and tell you I remember what they all do, but I don't. All right, so opponent got Swarmbot. This card is freaking phenomenal for 3 trade. At worst, it gives you 3 trade. Can ally Machine Cult to scrap from hand or discard. Ally Blob to do 3 damage. If you get both, it's on fire. Tatiana, to answer your question, sometimes I just spin the wheel and I just send whatever. Yes, I absolutely will be sending Conquest as soon as we're allowed. In fact, if it was up to me, if I ran Dodgeball, you should have the option of confirming with your opponent or just having like an asterisk next to your name that says you have beta and you're willing to accept challenges with the beta stuff. Like, to me, that takes the onus on yourself. Like, hey, I know it's in beta, something might not work out right. Whatever the case is, I'm willing to do that. Let's make it happen. To me, that was awesome. How was last season? Who was my captain? Well, the captain was fine. My captain was PC Lowletter. Jason, I love Jason. He's awesome. Had so much fun. I had Deckard on my team. He was phenomenal. As one of the Polish members. He's a little bit newer to Dodgeball. A really good player. I had Drew the Rat. I had Dan Coleman, Elder Dan. I had, why am I drawing a blank? Hang on. Now I'm going to pull it up. Should be still relatively fresh in my Teams chats. There it is. PC Lowletter, Alderdan, Drew the Rat. And JP Run's funny. Yeah, Deckard's awesome. I also had Silent Al. I don't know. I'm not just trying to disparage him, but there was a disagreement in our team chat earlier in the season about questioning timing of play, and it was from some of our players on our team that are a little more direct, and I had engaged in that conversation just a little bit, and Al questioned it and then kind of didn't like the fact that that was even being discussed, and then we kind of had a talk as a team that, hey, it's not that big of a deal, actually. And then he decided he didn't like the way that conversation went, and then the rest of the season didn't talk on our team chat for the entire rest of the season. I literally did not say a word in our team chat for the rest of the season. This is like round 2. This is pretty early. Might have been round 1. Team captain reached out to him directly. Tried to work it out. I reached out to him directly. Tried to work it out. Wasn't interested. And I was honestly pretty heartbroken about it, because to me, like, you're one of the faces of this whole event, this whole league. You're one of the faces of the league. You're one of the faces, like, of the community, honestly. Like, one of the most welcoming people to new players and talking strategy, used to run the mentor program, and did that, and especially did that in front of, like, a new player, like Deckard. Like, I reached out to Deckard personally myself and apologized on his behalf. I'm like, I'm sorry, this is not normally like this. I'm sorry that you have this experience. And it was so frustrating. I've never seen that before. I've been in Dodgeball every single season. I've seen some people have disagreements and things like that, and whatever the case is, I've seen people, like, quit. That's different to me. They're just like, quit. But to be there and still be in the team chat and still see everything and absolutely refuse to talk anything, reporting your game status, giving any updates, nothing. Like I said, I'm not trying to talk bad about him. This is a fact. It's a fact of just what happened. And I was dumbfounded. It was, I don't know. I'm still kind of messed up about a little bit about it, because I was like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on? But whatever. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, Deckard is awesome. Like I said, he's a little bit younger, and I think too, sometimes if anyone's talked to, like, any of, like, the European players, sometimes their chat, they can be a little more direct sometimes, and maybe not as, to me, like, fluff. There's, like, not as much fluff. So I think there might have been, like, some things like lost in translation that kind of may have gone towards that a little bit too, but whatever the case is. So anyways, Yeah, he was really cool. It was awesome getting to know him. Everyone else on the team, obviously, I played a million times with. Yeah, exactly, Tatiana. You know, sometimes you were a great example. You've probably experienced this a lot, I imagine, like from where you're from and the way you talk, or you just communicate, and then coming to America and seeing that's got to be like quite a difference there. So, anyways, but yeah, it was greatest player in Star Realms like that too. If you're talking about Demola, if you're talking about Demola is awesome. I was lucky enough to get to meet him and his friend Bagnar. They came out to Wise Wizard Games for 2016. Me and Mac had to hang out with those two quite a bit that weekend. It was so much fun getting to know them. Oh my god, my opponent's got Warp Temple. I can't deal with it. And I had to make a choice between Blast Pod and Battle for Gate. We're taking Battle for Gate based on our deck. I can't get through my opponent's base. My opponent is just going to... Well, I guess they can't scrap yet. Well, they might. Oh my god, if they get Swarmbot this turn, that's like a double scrap. This is bad, folks. This is not good. Maximus, okay. So yeah, so like I said, exactly. There's just a lot of like the people you talk to, and also I find that too. Like just seeing some of the chat on some of the different areas, like just the different like interpretation of a conversation just seems to be so different. Okay, so we want to figure out how we want to do this. We want to scrap. We gotta. Oh, we can scrap over. Do I got my one Viper? Let's go ahead and just get rid of the other Viper now. Nice. No, honestly, I kind of... Friday nights are not great for me in the first place. And then I would try to... I tried to log in to catch... I guess I did watch a couple of the recaps. It's a little tough because, especially, like I said, with what was going on with us, with Al, I didn't have a lot of interest in participating in it. Like after the fact either. And I'll be honest, like I love Ryan to death, but his microphone is always so quiet, and I'm hard of hearing, and I'm getting worse with hearing at my age. That it is like it was like getting like Darwin's mic is like that too. Darwin's mic, I've tried telling him like your microphone's very quiet, where you just need like turn up that input. I always give Ryan crap though, because as a streamer myself, every time he has a technical issue, I've had that a million times too, so I get it. But no, it's just, again, with that going on with our team, it just wasn't a good vibe. So I didn't participate a lot in that. So no, I missed a lot of that stuff, which is unfortunate because I missed a lot of, Dakaran stuff. I did go in and check a couple of them, especially it was a couple of rounds where like we did particularly well. I did go in there and check those out and just to see like the commentary on our team. So that was definitely something I was interested in doing. All right, we got some action going on here. My opponent's deck is way better than mine. I mean, my deck's not bad, but like, I got these little bangers. And I'm over here, and she's like, oh, that's cool. What's up? What's up? This card does 12 damage. What are you doing? This is Leech. We already know Leech is broken. Oh, by the way, I got this giant base that draws a card and does damage. So this would be something we're interested in taking away from our opponent immediately. We're just going to get rid of this stuff here. Scrap a card in a trade row. Is that worth me getting rid of it? I think so. Do I have any interest in Pack Tracer? Not really. We'll get rid of the damage base. Oh, geez. Flip my opponent a giant base. Now am I interested in Pack Tracer? I still don't think so. I think, honestly, though, Naval Skip is never, like, a bad play. So, all right, we'll see what happens here. This is kind of a weird draw. We've got a damage draw, a scrap. I was hoping for a trade-heavy hand to try to get that base out of there. We'll see if my opponent can grab it. Maybe. Opponent. Oh, I say her. I'm playing Pat. I'm not playing Tatiana anymore. I'm playing Pat. Pat's got a phenomenal deck. My deck's looking okay. It's all right. It's nothing to write home about. Deanne, how you doing this season in the old dodgeball or the Board Game Geek League? Speaking of that, I totally forgot to do that. I was going to check that real quick to see if a new round posted, and a new round did post. I lost a tight one to Chasmo by 1 point. I was so annoyed. I'm 5-2, so I'm doing well. But it's a game where it's like, all right, I'm gonna smash him next turn. And then I think he drew, and then he had a draw and a draw discard or something like that. And he needed both of them, and then he got Xaxes. Actually, he got me -1, so I guess 2 points technically. But I had him, man. I was like, oh. He misclicked somewhere? Perfect. Well, he drew. Oh, did he draw and shuffle? I don't know what he did. Hang on, let's go back. Oh, he hit misplay. Or hit play all. That was probably it. I mean. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, we'll go with it. Misclicks happen, man. We all know that. All right, so we are not getting the giant base. We will continue the Star Empire route. 2 and 6. So you're going the Dusto route? Oh, no, you're going the opposite Dusto route. I'm going the Dusto right now. What did I say, 5-2? Yeah, so I'll be like 5-15 at the end of the season. It is just amazing. I just have this immaculate skill of doing that. Oh my god, I can't get either of these. Well, let's get rid of the big, or the one that my opponent most likely will be able to buy. Does the damage. Man. Dion. What did my partner do? Like, what did they not do, I guess, is what I should say. I feel bad. I don't want to say anything bad about them. But when I only lost 2 games in 2 rounds. In the one game I lost to Bork, it was just the buy an 8, buy an 8, buy an 8, like 3 turns in a row, and it was just to the top, and it was difficult. I was like, okay, I can't do anything. And then I got him the second game. Smash his partner 2 games in a row. Ooh. Oh, that stinks, because if I do that, I'm going to have to use it on the base right away. But I don't want my opponent to have that either, right? I don't have enough to do both. I mean, whatever, I guess. Whatever, I guess. Okay. So, yeah, and then I saw, that first round, I'm like, all right, I got one of them 2-0'd. I got Bork 1-1. That's the best you could probably hope for with that. I just need him to not lose both games. And he got, like, swept or something. All right. Then we go to that second round, and I think my partner got, like... Yeah, but I had to win 3 of those 4 games. That was rough. So I should have checked that, by the way. Are we off to another round? I apologize if we are. I've been so busy this weekend. I'm going to go check that right now. Are we at round 3, or is it still... Are we still waiting? Where are we at? I'm on... Is it the Galactic Summit, or is it Wise Wizard Games? Galactic Summit, I'm assuming. Not yet. Okay, perfect. All right, I'll stop looking. All right, opponent's beating the crap out of me. They got a big base out. None of my stuff is allied. That's exciting. I have all four. I have all four factions represented. There we go. We'll just wipe the row with the planets. So this is 5. They'll put me down to 4. I'll get 1 back, put me up to 5. That's not enough to kill that. Acquire target card in the row for free. That's not good enough either. It's annoying. Ugh, I'm not happy about this. What's going on here? And now I get the machine cult to go with my machine cult base, but my machine cult base ain't gonna be there for me. It's gonna be leaving. Right there. Right there's the damage. There's the blob ally. Swarmbot. Round 2. Because you know what's better than one Swarmbot? 2 of them. 2 of them. What you doing over there? What you got in hand? Probably a scout and a viper. Ah! Called it. Called it. I'm like, my opponent's taking way too long to be sitting on anything else besides a scout and a viper. Way too long. Alright, there we go. Put a card from your discard pile on top of your deck. Might do that. I got no damage this turn, huh? Tractor bot is still good enough. We're just going to grab that. Grab the base. I think we're just dead. I don't think this matters anymore. I think we're just dead. Shuffle card from discard pile into your deck. So we know we're getting a blast bot on top. I think we're just going to grab that base. Put that up there with it, because I'm not going to have a discard to work with. Grab that little guy. That little guy? Don't worry about that little guy. I don't think this matters. I think we're just dead this turn, probably. We'll see what happens. I think we're just dead this turn, though. Final round against Maximus and C-Bus. And C-Bus is playing Nandi. Which is... Wait for it. Lame. They did not fix her enough. It's better than what she was, I'll say that. But did not fix her enough, if you ask me. Screw it! Let's take a look here. Jump Cruiser and Star Scout. And then shuffle those two to the bottom. There we go. That was the one that shuffled them in. So we need 14. So we've got 12. I don't have enough to take advantage of that. Let's get rid of the base and see if we can get another planet just to clear everything out. We did not. In fact, we flipped the warp back for our opponent. That's assuming we even live long enough for that to make a difference, but we'll see. Pass turn. I'm getting beat down this game. Police Cutter. Almost forgot I bought that card. It's been so long since I drew it. Since I bought it and now I'm drawing it. What happened there? Alright, at least my opponent didn't have much going on that turn. We got smacked with a discard. They couldn't get through my stellar defenses. So that's a bonus. Draw a discard. We like that. Oh, hey, there we go. Naval skiff, meeting up with that police. Kata. We're one trade short of buying that warp mech, huh? Do I scrap the warp mech and maybe flip another planet, or do I buy this? All right, that didn't matter. We're gonna buy this because we're in survival mode. We are in survival mode. This guy I love because he draws a card, he just does something and draws, so it doesn't clog up your deck. It could ally there. Grab the lightning worm. Alright, not buying Farm World. Do we buy the second place card? I think I kind of do want to. I think we're dead before that comes into play, though. Whatever, we'll do it. It's hoping and flipping another race. Nano Fleet. Yep, just let her rip. Do I just scrap this for the 2 damage now? No. Somebody call the police. Popo at the door. Man, I watched so much trash TV. Used to watch Live PD before they took it down, and now it came back. It's just On Patrol Live, which is basically almost the same thing. But I remember the Live PD, like, it was, like, live at the time. And people could, like, tweet the show as they're watching. They'd be like, yo, that guy just threw something out the left car window. Like, while the cop is on the stop. And then, like, they would get that info. Someone would get it to them, they'd go check it, and sure enough, they'd find whatever they threw out the window right there. Oh, that was so great. Yeah, we're popping this guy. Scrap, 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 scrap. Oh, are we getting the Nano Fleet scrapped? I think so. I don't hate Firestar because at worst, it does 2 damage. Oh, this discards. It's not the one. Okay, it's the one that I think does 2 trade, but you can, like, scrap it to make them discard, or you can scrap it to draw. Like, it can just draw right away. But we've got the Essential Booking here, which is an outpost. And it gives authority. I don't think that's going to matter. I think we got to go here. Oh, God, I don't know if I even want to put that in my deck. Is it something, if I live through this turn, I'll be happy about drawing? No, I will not. We're dead probably this turn anyways. If not the next turn, because I'm not yet. There's your 14. So it doesn't matter. But it's like I had to look at that spike pit. I'm like, am I going to be happy if I buy that? I play my jump cruiser, I draw it. Am I going to be happy about that? Probably not. I'd rather have anything else in my deck, almost like for a couple of scouts that are left. Good game, Pat. Good game. We're taking L live. As I mentioned, live PD. Pat just called the popo on me. Told him about the game I just tossed out the window. Good game, sir. Thanks for sending that challenge over. I appreciate that. If anyone else would like to send over a challenge, feel free to do so. Be happy to play you live on stream. Otherwise, we're going to get this turn in here with AC forward. This is the barn burner where I've got a Darwin-style base wall going. Except it all just got smoked right there. My Star Empires, ships, and bases are 1 less. My bases cost 1 less. I've got a crap ton of bases. A metric ton of bases. Give me the summit site. Because I need more bases, apparently. We'll take a free cargo barge. We're okay with that. Alright, nothing else is happening here. Take the damage. Hopefully we're holding off our opponent there. And we're good. Alright, so we got a challenge from Matt the Cutter Newberg. Trying to come in. Trying to get sloppy seconds. after the beatdown that Pat just gave me. I guarantee that's not the first time Matt's got sloppy seconds for Pat. We'll talk about that later, though. That's for the after show. That's on the subscription-only channel. Let's do it up. Matt also sending over the Conquest action. Not to be outdone. Let's see what we got going on here. Matt, how's the weather out there? My brother was out there this weekend. Just randomly. With my my niece and her boyfriend. I know he went to the Sphere and he saw Backstreet Boys again. Besides that, what he was doing out there, I honestly couldn't tell you. It just seemed very random. It's about to send him your way. Have you straighten him out for me? Yeah, he does some little social influencing. He writes. He's got a few little music items out there as well. He's got a bunch of books out there, out on Amazon and Kindle and all that good stuff. And does some TikTok and some Facebook social media type stuff. And he did a food review his first night out there. And this silly son of a bitch first night he's out there, like, they went out, they walked around, they you know, exhausted themselves, you know, up since 4 in the morning, catching the flight and all that, and then they did all the walking on the strip, and then goes back to the hotel and he DoorDashes Sonic. I'm like, what are you doing? I can't say anything because last time I was out there, one of the days I was hanging out at Matt's was at work. I was getting ready to go leave, and I'm like, I'm just going to hang out at the place a little bit longer. I DoorDash Jack in a Box. That's all right. It's a good time. I don't have that around here, so I wanted to do it. And it was crap. Suppose I could enter. Police Cutter versus Spiker and Commerce Craft. Spiker, it's one less than a ram. It's one less base damage. It's one less trade to scrap for it. Which I think is phenomenal, because Ram is phenomenal. I think for being one less cost, I think Spiker is phenomenal as well. We've got 5. I don't think I could just... This base only gives 1 trade, but it automatically puts whatever ship you buy on top. But I can't leave Blaster out there. Just flip our opponent a Swarm Bot. Why not? Son of a... Beep! Got that beat going. What are we... What is this? Who is this? Yeah, this is still that car music mix. This is Tough by Birdie and Mobby 1. Alright, alright. Opponent does grab the base that we were just discussing. Now we've got a Swarm Bot staring us in the face. We're going to the Gas Giant. Give us a little bit of longevity, if you will. Take a Naval Skiff. Take a Fire Star. This deck is just random that I'm working with here. Random, I tell you. This is good, though. We're going to have 4 trade. We have multiple options that are good options to buy. We're happy. Unless my opponent gets 6 and takes Battle Moon, then we're not happy. Opponent have 6? My opponent certainly does. At minimum, they got 6. They might have 7. If they've got 7, then it's like maybe you don't buy Battle Moon. Maybe you buy a 3 and a 4. Opponent, maybe they do have 7. Okay, so they bought the 3 and a 4. Swarm Bot and the missile system. Yeah, for sure. So we're going to have 4. This hurts. So at most I can get 5. So it's like, do I buy a 3 C flip? Do I take this perimeter station away from my opponent? The scrapper would be nice. Especially my opponent having this nonsense going on. Give me a scrapper. Give me a scrapper. Scrap that. Thank you, Splicer Bot. There we go. It's like, oh, I guess I only had scouts, but for some reason in my mind I had a Viper in there. That was probably just the voices talking to me again. Matt, I'm pretty sure this is playing this Friday at Slammers. Or the Frat House. Matt knows what I'm talking about. I still got that CD somewhere, by the way. It's still hanging out somewhere. It survived a couple of moves. So this is not cool. Opponent drops the base the turn I draw. No damage. There goes the... Ooh, are they taking which... The Battle Moon or the Station? Opponent's got some choices. They've got some choices here. They take the cannon. Cannot fault them for that. Unfortunately, I can't do squat here. This sucks. I'm getting my scrap in. So we're going to grab the 3-coster. And unfortunately, we'll just let that go. My opponent's going to get to use that base again. Now I flipped him a patrol freighter. This card is so good. It's so good. Opponent's grabbing that ion station. Do they take Splicer Bot or do they take Patrol Freighter? Oh, they've got all red too. This will be interesting. Yeah, they take the red because they got the red. That makes sense. Opponent's got the base. Does not have the ally for the free base kill at least. Oh, and they got Fortress. That's bad. So my opponent's got double base action going. And if you're doing Map That Home with me, folks, if you look at my damage I have available, 10? 10 is not 11. So I'm going to have to scrap this guy, unfortunately, to bust through these bases. I guess I could have waited for my purchases, which is actually what I should have done, and I preach this a lot. Make your purchases first. So I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't do that. I'm kind of eyeing up that perimeter station myself now. I was thinking about popping the spiker, grabbing the mining hive, but I don't want to get rid of the spiker yet. Could also pop the spiker and just take the Battle Moon. But you know what? I think we will be satisfied just grabbing the perimeter station. We'll do that. Alright, so my opponent's got going on here. That Fortress definitely changed up the game on us here. Alright, opponent getting that Machine Cult Ally going. That's bad. That's scrap for them. It's a double scrap. We're getting behind here, folks. We're getting behind. There goes the Moon finally. Moon is out of here. Moon's so good. Wiping as much as you want from the row. Every turn that thing's out. You throw that behind an outpost. Have it sit out there for a couple turns. You got complete row control. Alright, opponent finally buys that freighter. Alright, we've got 4 to work with here. We got Lightning Worm, War Beetle. Mining Cluster is looking pretty tempting. Looking pretty tempting, actually. Yeah, it's another base. I'm interested in obviously getting as many bases as I can, try to get the base faction going. So we do got to focus on that damage here a little bit. My opponent's going to be dropping down 3 freaking bases with that ion cannon. Ion cannon is if you got 2 or more out of draw card. You only need 2 bases off of that. That's kind of ridiculous. That's pretty huge. Get that guy going. We are looking at that Imperial Hunter and deciding what we want. I could just actually play. I could skip my scrap. I grab that Mining Hive. But again, I think if I want to stay in this game, I've got to keep the scrap going. Hunter is looking really good. Shuttle is actually not terrible. I can't get Shuttle anyways unless I scrap my War Beetle. Never mind. So now we'll just grab the other War Beetle. There we go. Oh, message sent. Deck card is, to me, is sneakily good. It's a 5 defense outpost. It has to ally to do anything. Costs 4. But then it just straight up draws a card. I think you get that out there to ally some of these other guys that need ally. Also, next thing you know, you're drawing, you're scrappy. Up there it goes. It is. And the fact that it's an outpost. And it's a 5-butt outpost. It's 6 for my opponent with the stupid fortress. Oh, this is a bad turn. I'm glad that I drew good damage. So now my opponent's got to decide, do they want to stop me from making them discarding a card or stop me from scrapping a card? My opponent can't kill both my bases. They're 1 damage short. 1 damage late. So we're going to get a... Oh, hang on. That's going to shuffle into the draw. Do I want to buy anything before I shuffle into the draw? I have to play both of them and I want to scrap. Never mind. So no, we're just going to draw, I guess. All right. I don't have 3 bases, unfortunately. We are we really short? 1 damage? Oh my god, we're 1 short of taking out all my opponent's bases. I need 16 and I've got 15. So does it work out if I take out something and then, but no. So I could get this, but then I'd have to leave one of these 6s out here. I think we're definitely killing both the 6s. Those guys are going. And yeah, even scrapping this up doesn't do anything with that. So I think now we'll just grab the Imperial Shudder. We'll take the discard on my opponent. We'll take the scrap. We'll unfortunately pass turn. That's what we got going on there. And I draw the Hunter with no other Imperial. Oh, my opponent getting the ally on the Swarmbot again. And getting the double scrap ally 10 trade. What do you want, sir? You can literally buy any card in the game. Anything. What you want. It's all for sale. Opponent scrapping out, getting all the damage that they can in here. They cannot take out both my bases. And of note, they did have to actually scrap to even kill one of them. This is another very good card because it's double ally. It's only 6 damage even with the ally. 6-point outpost, or non-outpost, which is actually good. But it's double ally, which is pretty huge. Alright, so we are going to... we'll grab the Star Jumper. It works with what we're doing. We are going to scrap that guy. I don't really want to get the Mind Swarm out there for my opponent either, but that is what's out there. That is what's out there. Do we get rid of the last Viper in our deck? I think we do. Leave the one trade for whatever random end-of-game purchases we're going to make here. Feels like I thought I had more Star Empire in my deck. I do have a fair bit, but it just feels like that should be like all that's kind of left, and it's not the case. Opponent wiping the row with the Battle Moon I talked about. Having a Screecher on tap, especially if it survives, which it looks like it's going to survive, these opponents going to be able to just do it again next turn. Having row dominance is pretty huge. So my opponent unfortunately killed my Scrapper. That was, oh Jesus, my good. So Warp Chapel's probably the weakest of the options here. We got Police Cruiser, which is phenomenal. I mean, card does 8 damage by itself. If it does nothing else, it does 8 damage. We got Pod Station, which is an outpost, does damage, draws off of 2 factions. And then Warm Cluster, which is 2 damage and a draw. It's only blob, though. And it's non-outpost. I do have a scrap available. Well, I guess I can actually blow up my opponent's base with that. And actually, I might this turn, too. That's actually a good call. So I've got up to 7. Technically, I have up to 9 trade. If I pop my War Beetles, which I don't think I want to. The ally, the draw, the up. Yeah, this. Oh, I forgot. I do have 2. I need the base, and I got to keep it away from my opponent as well. Pirate Landing. Will I have enough? If I do that, that's 5. I get 1 back. That does not leave me with enough damage to take out my opponent's base. I can't take Pirate's Landing this turn. So we will kill that. Do I grab this Storage Center? Pop one of the War Beetles for that? The only reason I say this is because I need the bases. It's an outpost. I've got the Perimeter Station. Takes away an ally there. I don't think I do. As much as I want to kill this, what's my opponent got for blue? My opponent's got it. Yeah, it's. I saw enough there. Here we go. We'll grab the Fire Star. We're good with that. We'll grab the Commerce Craft. We're good with that. We will destroy this base. All right, pass turn. The Message Center. There's the ally. 6-foot outpost with a fortress. Oh, it's so good. Like I said, I think this card is like, maybe I like it too much and it's not that great. I don't know why. Every time I get it, though, it just does work. It makes all these other mediocre Machine Cult cards in Conquest, the ones that are like, okay, but they need an ally to scrap or they need an ally to shuffle cards back. It makes all of them better, and then it gets you a card. And I think the fact that it's an outpost is what I really like about it. It just feels like it sits out there, and if my opponent can't deal with it, it just does some work. This is nice, getting this ally. In fact, I might need to... I need 11 damage. Yeah, this guy's going. That was a good call. That was an excellent call. All right. A battle rocket's out there. So is that base. Oh my god. This seems like this shouldn't be this hard of a decision. It is. Because I want both of them and I cannot get both of them. I think I'm going to hit my opponent with 2 discard this turn. I think I'm going to buy this. Nano Fleet. I think we're hitting my opponent with 2 discard. Can I buy this for 5? So technically I lose 4. So I'm going to spend 5, go down to 9. I'm going to get one back up to 10. I need 11, so I can't, unfortunately. Because of that fortress. That fortress, it seems so dumb, but like anyone's played Walsh and you actually get bases going with him, which to me doesn't seem often, unfortunately, for some reason. But just that a couple extra, it makes a difference. But you're also playing commanders. Some of the other commanders can just roll over that pretty quickly. But for me, like a fortress in this format, where things are a little bit slower, does a lot. And I believe there's 2 of them. Yeah, it's silver, so there's 2 of them. So you could get 2. Technically, if you're playing Walsh, you could have all 3. How crazy is that? All right, opponent's got Blast Pod. That's really bad for us. That's really bad. That's not great. Technically, we could get Nano Fleet this turn if I don't scrap and I scrap this beetle. I don't think we're doing that. I think we're just going to be very happy getting a battle rocket. I think we are going to grab the pirate landing because I want the guaranteed extra damage. We have to take Fire World as well, so that's going to even out my opponent's thing there. So we spent a lot of damage on planets that turn, but I think it was worth it. Okay, so we still got these guys here to ally. All right, so we're going to pop this War Beetle. We're going to grab this Imperial Shuttle. We're still going to get our scrap in. We're going to do 1 damage. All right, so Fire World was pretty huge. Fire World with Pirate Landing. Basically, that technically kind of gave us like 2 damage against bases. Kind of. Well, I guess only 1. This is only 1 total, but this is going to even out that fortress. So that was kind of nice. Oh, it's got so many bases out there already. And that Battle Moon just wiping rows. My opponent doesn't have any trades this turn, so now they've got that decision. Do they wipe the row? Do they leave it sit? What are they going to do? They are wiping the row. Good choice, good choice. Oh, it did flip a leech. Flipped another Pirate Landing, which I probably can't take advantage of. So I had to put so much damage into my opponent's bases this turn. Once per turn, that's garbage. Another perimeter station, obviously very good. Let's go ahead and draw. That's good. War Beetle, Naval Skiff. So ideally, I would like to try to get my grubby little paws on this Pirate Landing and kill my opponent's bases. So I need 16 damage. So if I buy this, this puts me down to 14. I'm going to be 1 short. It's going to put me down to 14. I get 1 more back. I get 15. I need 16. And I'm not leaving any of these bases up here. I've got to kill all these bases. So unfortunately, we are not going to get Pirate Landing. Now we got to decide between Perimeter Station and Leech. I can make an easy argument for either one of them. I think Leech is just too good, too much damage. I could technically pop Spiker. I'm not doing that, obviously. Could pop Spiker and my War Beetle and my Warp Mech. I'm not going to do that either. Let's go ahead and clear this stuff out. Yeah, 1 damage short, man. That's amazing how much that 1 damage. So this is still in effect. Because otherwise my opponent's bases would be even, 1 more less. And there's 3 bases. That's 3 damage. Yeah, we're not doing anything else here, unfortunately. We're just passing turn. All right, we do have a 2 discard on our opponent, too. We need to recognize that we've been fortunate enough to get some discards on our opponent here and there. Obviously, if there's any way to get that more consistently, that would be preferred, and try to ride that to victory, but our deck isn't anywhere near that. Our deck is where we can get a couple here and there. And sometimes I've had to scrap cards to do it, and I've already, unfortunately, burned some of those resources. So we'll see what happens. Oh, there goes lots of trade from my opponent. All right, Patrol Cutter. So my opponent's going to get a free base kill. That's unfortunate for us. And they did get the big Warp card. They cannot buy Swarmbot, though, which is nice. They can't get another Swarmbot. We like that. All right, let's take our free draw there. That's good. We got Battle Rocket here, so this is a pretty big damage hand that we got here. This is nice. Oh, this guy's going to draw a discard. And once again, I cannot get 3 bases on the board at once. I've got 5 bases, but I mean, my opponent's got a lot of damage going. Here's where we get down to the part of the game where we have to decide if we're spending any more into this stuff here. So I've got 2, 5. That's not enough damage. But this will make my opponent discard again. So we're going to do that. 23, that's 26. It's so close. What's my opponent got? My opponent doesn't have shit going on. I think we just leave that base out there. We're just going to pump the damage here. Grab that perimeter station. All right. I say pending a ass draw, which could be very possible. I think we're good. I think we're going to take this one, folks. This was a weird game. This is a very good game. I think we're just going to get it here at the end. Wiping that row. Spike Lance. Spike Lance is so freaking good. Look at this card. Look at this thing. 4 trade. It's 6 damage and you ally to draw a card. It is insane. All right, I think that's going to be it. That is going to be it. We're going to take a victory on that note. Good game, Matt. My goodness, what a freaking game. What a game, sir. That was absolutely phenomenal. Matt says good game 1. He wants to do the best 2 out of 3. You know we're doing it. You know we're doing it. Go ahead and send it over, sir. Make it happen. So Matt and I traditionally do a best 2 out of 3 on the Star Realms Mondays. We're going to get that. Should be same format. What a freaking game. Kind of exhausted after that one. I need a drink, actually. And I apologize. I do need to run to the restroom, so I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Alright, we're ready to rock. Getting that beverage in. Matt goes turn 1 pack tracer. We've got 4 trade we're looking at. Pack tracer's so freaking good. Look at that thing. Double ally. Blue or green will get you 5 damage. 5 big ones. We'll grab the Splicer bot. We're not upset about getting a trade. And we get an attack bot with it. We're good to go. We're very stoked about getting that. A Scrapper. And a conditional Scrapper. So we'll see what happens. Opponent's got the 3. They could have 2 Vipers. I'm assuming my opponent does. Yep. They're grabbing. Yep, 2 Vipers there. Yeah, I think that's the choice I probably would have done to get the ally damage. But I am going to grab this storage center. And a blast pod shows up. Oh, whoops. Well, hopefully my opponent can't. Hopefully my opponent can't buy for 2 turns. I ain't buying it. We'll see what happens. So watch my opponent just slay down the 5 and windmill slam by it immediately. Alright, opponent gets a double Explorer. I thought about getting 2 Explorers, but I'm not going to pass up a scrap opportunity. I'm going to get in there as quick as possible and make sure we can take advantage of that. Alright, now we know my opponent's got Pack Tracer and the Larvae Cluster. Does he have them both? That would be unfortunate for us if they do. That's a lot of damage. They don't. Maybe. Is my opponent slow rolling? My opponent gets... Yeah, opponent's Blast Pod. So now... Initially, I was like really wondering, like, Storage Center versus the Larvae Cluster. You could go either way on that. But now that the Blast Pod went to my opponent as well, that was definitely... Ended up for sure being the right call. And there's a string. And I can't kill my opponent's Larvae Cluster. Oh, that's so frustrating. That's bad. Bad news bears. Look at that. Is there anything else you'd like? Would you like to buy a 7 cost base right now? Be my guest, apparently. And buy the smuggling den. And then buy, like, if another big card flips. Big card did not flip, but that's all right. So now if my opponent buys smuggling den, though, they can't kill my base. Yeah, they're going to kill my base. It would be different if there's like another big card up here. Then, yeah, you go grab that smuggling den immediately. There's not. We are looking. We want to scrap that Viper, but we need the damage to kill that base. So we're debating how we want to do this. 1, 2, 3. What does 3 really get me? Commerce Craft is not terrible. It's going to get some ally. Just scraps a draw if I need. Star Jumper is 3 trade, though. And we know my opponent got that Port Alliance. Oh, I'm going to scrap 2. I forgot about that. This is going to ally scrap. I think it's just going to be Star Jumper then. Yeah. That's what it's going to be. That is what we're going to do. We're going to get a double scrap. Unfortunately, we had to leave the Viper. Still got both of our Vipers in our deck, which is unfortunate, but we did not scrap. And we're able to still take out that base. Cut down the opponent's trade a little bit that turn. All right, opponent is getting that Commerce Craft again. Like I said, not a bad purchase. Oh. That means my opponent had 5 trade and did not take the Blast Star? That's interesting. Wonder if that was... I don't know. I don't want to. Maybe it's on purpose. I'm not sure. Yeah, we're going to take the blaster. Maybe they're not big on the blaster. I wish I had 7 damage. Take that and then go by that. But we don't. So it is what it is. All right. Here's the turn where we need our opponent to have no damage. Oh, we got lucky, folks. We got lucky. We will straight up own it. Ooh. All right, so we're going to have up to 11 trade. Do we grab the Bastion over these guys? I think I just grabbed the cluster. I mean, the Bastion's terrible for me if my opponent gets it. But the cluster just straight up does ally, and it. Well, I don't have blob even to ally with it. Never mind. Of course, I can get up to 6 damage, not 7. That's hilarious. It's another scrap option. I mean, in worst case scenario, it's another scrap option. I got a tractor pod too, so we're not upset about that. Let's get rid of that. Do I go for the pirate landing? Just get that guaranteed damage. I think I do. I don't know why I like this one. I mean, obviously the one that does 2 damage I think is really awesome. But to me, just getting this guaranteed damage, especially when your opponent has any sort of bases in their deck. How many times have your opponent put down a base or 2 and you're like 1 damage short of killing their bases? So just I really enjoy having that guaranteed damage every turn. Currently, right now, opponent can only kill 1 of my bases, but they could scrap the Commerce Craft. I don't know if they're going to. They do get another base. There's a Storm World out there. My opponent's holding half their hand, though, so we don't know what they got. They could be holding a lot of damage there, or just 1 more damage. All right, so my opponent can kill either one of my bases. There we go. Obviously, kill the better base. And then buy another base as well, so opponent buying 2 bases there that turn. That's bad news for us. Bad news, Bears. All right, discard. I think we're going to... Yeah, we've got to kill my opponent's base. I wish I didn't have to. See, I wish there was a way where I could not get that smuggling done to buy the base. Yeah, we can't do that. So we only need 6. We're going to... Jesus, that's a lot of damage coming up. I do, however, think the possibility of getting something useful might be there. So we'll pitch a Viper. We're going to buy the gunboat. No, nothing good flipped. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. It is what it is, though. We know our opponent's got a bazillion damage coming in. Jesus, there's half our life. There's half our authority. Brutal. Brutal. Yep, opponent's going straight for the face. Do not fault them for that. I was wondering if they're going to get greedy, do smuggling done, get the base, but I mean, basically giving up 10 damage to do 3. You can always hope, you know? You always hope your opponent does that for you. Put those 2 on the bottom. Get the scrap in. Kill the base. Do we buy the mining cluster? I don't think so. No, we don't. This game is going to be over by the time that comes up again. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, especially with a draw like that. Just hoping to get some bases up here. Maybe live a little bit. Not to be the case. Oh, my opponent could completely whiff here, apparently. My opponent whiffs. No, they did not. They can scrap that for 3. Son of a... That sucks. I needed that base to sit out a turn. Alright, can my opponent do 20 to me this turn? Probably. Oh, they cannot. They did not get Blast Pod to meet up with the others. Still do half my life damage, though, which is unfortunate. Invader's out there. I love Invader. Yeah, it says, wondering if my opponent's not actually going to scrap that with all this damage coming up. Yeah, I can't imagine not. That's going to draw... All right, so now we got to be careful with our purchase. I wish I had enough to get Invader, but I don't. I'll buy the shuttle. I'll buy the skiff. I won't be upset if I draw either one of those. We're not going to draw either one, and that's fine. Oh, what? I totally spaced. I could have scrapped that. I don't think it's going to matter at the end of this game, but I did totally space on scrapping that. Alright, let's try to live it on the turn. Alright, there goes the Invader. Invader's so good because it does damage and it draws at minimum. And then it has ability on top of it. Our opponent's getting 2 discards, which is really actually annoying. My opponent cannot get through my base, though. Okay, that changes things. Because I was wondering, like, do I actually pitch this so I can keep all 3 discards? But now, no, because I've got this base they're going to ally. So, unfortunately, we're only going to get 2 discards of my opponent, which is not, like, a bad thing. We're still stoked about that. Get a draw. Yeah, I get even some more authority. Double discard on my opponent. Rocket Mech is always good. We're not upset about that. Ooh, Missile Assault Carrier, come back to me. Don't think we buy anything. I think we just go for it. Hang on, what do we got coming up? It doesn't matter. I already did my stuff. That Blaster. Maybe that's why my opponent didn't buy the Blaster. He just knows this card never allies. It doesn't see its allies. It doesn't do that. Not about that life. Oh, my opponent had a loaded hand. They discarded 2 decent cards. My opponent's got a free base kill. That sucks. This card is so good. It's so good. It's a free base kill and it scraps for more damage. It's so good. This card seemed to be a surprisingly good choice. I always look at that card and I'm like, eh. It's got an ally to be, like, good. And even then, it's like, you know, for an 8, like an 8 should be, like, game-altering. And it certainly did appear to be pretty game-altering this game. Oof. Yeah, my opponent's got too much trade fed left. Too many opportunities to gain 5 life. Yeah, so I can't let my opponent gain 5 life back. We're duking it out here. Blastar will not see any other Star Empire cards. Hey, Markbot taking his turn. Look at that. All right, 1 discard. We can deal with that. Unfortunately, my opponent put down a base. I don't have enough to get through that and kill my opponent this turn. Spike Lance, though. We like that. Put a Spike Lance on the bottom. Oh, my goodness. We're so close. Let's see what we can do. Let's try to do it. Can we get Matt 2-0 this week? That would be freaking phenomenal. Sweeps between the two of us are pretty rare. And I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. But so far, my opponent's played no outpost. And they're at 4. And they've also played no life gain. Oh, there it is, son. There it is. Opponent punching me in the face on the way out. Let's do it up. That's going to be game. That's going to be game. There it is. Taking her down. My goodness, Matt. Good game. Good game. Excellent game. Excellent match. Excellent set. Oof. Got him down on the mat. Gave up his back. We put him in a sleeper and he was out. That's all it was. That's all it was. Good game, sir. Good game. Excellent match. Excellent match. Good game to Matt. Good game to Pat. Good game to Tatiana. Good game again to Monica, even though that was in the arena. It's still a great game there. She wiped the floor with me in that game. We don't need to talk about that. We'll get this turn in with Markbot. And I think we're probably going to call her on that. Let's get this turn in here real quick. This is a bad game if I remember right. Yeah, he got like turn 1 freight hauler, and I'm like trying to play catch up. I got the scrap advantage here. Pat sending over the challenge. Pat, I might take that one offline if you don't mind. I'm going to call her there. In fact, yeah, I want to think on this turn here for a minute because I want to decide if I want to scrap this or not. So, all right, so we're going to jump out of that real quick. So, all right, I appreciate everyone for coming out. Thank you again, Dion, Tatiana, Pat, Matt, all the lurkers hiding on the background. Appreciate you as always. And VOD reviewers, appreciate y'all as well. Again, this Saturday, 10 p.m. Central, 11 Eastern, 9 Mountain, 8 Pacific. Wise Wizard Games, Twitch channel. Dusto will be your guest streamer. Hop on in, challenge me into a game, beat me, win 100 credits. If you have unlimited credits, you can donate those to someone else. It's a cool thing to do. And again, Legend event is happening at Gen Con too, so pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. All right, y'all, take care. Appreciate you hanging out. Have a great evening. And cue the Van Halen.